BTS news today. The world of K-pop is once again rocked by an emotional moment that not only affects millions of fans, but it also reveals the most human side of two BTS members who are so loved, Taehyung and Jungkook. 2 hours ago, in an atmosphere still shrouded in uncertainty and grief, Kim Taehyung finally broke the silence. After days of speculation, whisper, and the question mark that hangs over the minds of armies around the world, Taehyung came up with a statement that left many people speechless. However, it was not only his words that surprised. The emotional reaction of fans that turned into anger also became a heated conversation across social media platforms. What exactly happened? It all started when Jungkook, the Golden Magne, delivered a very touching farewell message. In short-duration videos uploaded through the Weverse platform, Jungkook says goodbye to his fans. His voice sounded heavy, his eyes puffy, and his facial expression seemed to store thousands of words that he did not have time to say. Although there is no detailed explanation in the brief statement, Jungkook's message seems to be a sign that something big has happened, something enough to make him close an important sheet in his life. And more than just the word goodbye, the video left an entire fandom wondering, is this the end of something they've been building with BTS for over a decade? When the video went viral, there was speculation. Some say that Jungkook is under tremendous pressure. Others allege that this is just part of the upcoming promotion of a large project. However, not a few also feel that this separation is related to personal relationships, and among all the names associated, the most common name is Kim Taehyung. Their closeness over the years is no longer a secret. The moments between Taehyung and Jungkook have been a source of happiness, inspiration, and even speculation among fans. So, when Jungkook said goodbye without mentioning anyone's name, especially Taehyung, many felt there was something to hide. Taehyung's silence for more than 48 hours after Jungkook's statement reinforced that notion. As thousands of messages from the army flooded social media, questioning his situation and asking for clarification, Taehyung remained silent. Even his social media accounts did not show any activity, as if he had completely disappeared. But 2 hours ago, that all changed. In a sudden live broadcast that only lasted about 13 minutes, Taehyung finally shows up. The face looks thinner, his eyes puffy, and his smile, which is usually a heartwarming army, this time feels different. He opened the broadcast in a low voice, almost in a whisper. He said, "I know you're waiting. I know you're wondering. And I can't be quiet any longer." Taehyung's words felt like rain in the middle of a long dry season. He began to tell how hard the last few weeks have been for him and all the BTS members, especially Jungkook. He did not mention explicitly what happened, but the tone of his voice, his body language, and the look in his eyes revealed more than words could describe. "Jungkook is the little brother I love," she said as she looked at the camera. "Whatever happened, it wasn't because we were away from each other. But sometimes, a person needs time for himself." But it was this statement that triggered a wave of emotions from the army. On various platforms, many claimed to be disappointed with the way Taehyung explained the situation. Some felt that Taehyung was too quiet and didn't show enough empathy towards Jungkook, who looks devastated in his farewell video. Some fans felt that Taehyung's statement seemed like an abdication of responsibility. Some even accused him of hiding something he was supposed to reveal. Hashtags such as #TaehyungExplain and #WeNeedTheTruth have been trending for less than an hour since the show ended. But on the other hand, there is also an army that defends Taehyung desperately. They believe that his statements are part of an injured person's way of expressing their pain. Taehyung is known as an emotional person, but he is also the kind of person who keeps the burden in silence. Many fans recalled moments in the past when Taehyung talked about his difficulty expressing feelings openly. Thus, they were convinced that the short words he spoke actually held a deep meaning and that he, like Jungkook, also is struggling with his own inner wounds. It was this mixed reaction that made the moment so monumental. Not only because two big stars reveal their fragile sides, but also because a fandom as big as ARMY was drawn into an unprecedented whirlpool of emotions. The fans felt like they were losing their way, don't know who to support, or even whether they should find out the truth deeper. Some fanbase accounts even decided to take a temporary hiatus because they were not strong enough to deal with this emotional conflict. In his closing statement, Taehyung said one sentence that tore many ARMY hearts apart: "If you love Jungkook, let him go quietly." These words seem to be the end point of all speculation. Is this really a breakup? Is this some kind of hint that Taehyung and Jungkook, whatever their relationship may be, have finished their story? No one can answer for sure. But what is clear, tonight, the world of K-pop has changed. For ARMY, this moment will be remembered not only as the day when two of their loved ones said goodbye to each other, but also as a day when reality hit like a hurricane. Not all stories have a happy ending, and not all silence means no pity. Sometimes, the deepest love is the one that cannot be explained in words. After that live broadcast ended, thousands of comments continued to flow on various platforms such as Weverse, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Armies from all over the world were divided in a variety of emotions. Some were crying from sadness, someone wrote an open letter to Taehyung and Jungkook, and there are also those who vent anger because they feel they don't get enough explanation. But the most interesting thing is how many of them realize that this is not just about an idol saying goodbye, it's about losing direction in a family they've loved for years. Several armies began to unveil their theories. Some say that Jungkook is in a spiritual phase, or the search for self, and the departure is to embark on a deeper inner journey. Some believe that there was a personal conflict between Taehyung and Jungkook, which was never successfully completed. They point to some of their last moments of interaction that seem cold or even hollow in the eyes of particularly sensitive fans. But what cannot be denied is that the two have loved each other, and that love doesn't just disappear, it changes only its form. Meanwhile, representatives of the agency have not yet given an official statement. Big Hit Entertainment chose to remain silent, even after thousands of emails came in from ARMY asking for clarification. No press releases, no clarifying posts, and there was no attempt to ease the worries. It was precisely in such silence that the fans increasingly felt alone. They were as if left without direction, being able to rely only on their own interpretations and pieces of information they had collected. And in the chaos, Taehyung's name becomes the center of all unanswered questions. Some big fan bases started putting together a timeline of Taehyung and Jungkook's interactions, trying to connect the dots that could explain why the two have been seen getting further apart since the beginning of the year. Some point out that they are already rarely seen together in public photos, that their gaze is not as warm as it used to be, that their interactions felt cautious. But as always, no one knows for sure what is happening behind the scenes. BTS is a very secretive group in their personal affairs, and to this day, they manage to keep many things a secret. But now, the world seems impatient to demand honesty that has been hidden. One of the most heartbreaking things was the upload of one of the ARMY, which included a compilation video of Taekook's moment, fan greeting for Taehyung and Jungkook, against the background of sad instrumental music. In the description of the video it says, "If this is really a farewell, I am grateful to have been a witness of your love, although from afar." The video spread like wildfire, and in less than 2 hours it has been watched by millions of people. The comments from the ARMY were full of emotion. Many said that they felt like they were facing a divorce from their two beloved parents. The loss is so real. Meanwhile, some media outlets began to speculate that Jungkook might be taking a sabbatical or even a hiatus from the entertainment world. Anonymous sources close to the staff said Jungkook had turned down several major collaboration projects over the next few months.
Coming out with a statement, you really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, so